What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we've got a brand new demo for a game called Enshrouded that seems to be a mixture of kind of like survival, open world survival, action RPGs. It's got a lot of little influences here, and I've had it on my radar for a long time. This is the first demo that they've ever put out, so I figured we'd dive on in for about 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to play for yourself. This demo is freely available. You can go play it right this second. It's not hidden from you or anything else. That link will be down below, and then on top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream in case you wanted to hang out live every single day of the week. So let's go ahead and get this thing moving. Time is a-burnin'. So we got to make our character right there, a little mismatch in the flesh tone between the neck on the pre-build right there and the rest of the character. They'll want to get that squared away. I'm going to go with this Uncle Grumpy guy that I isolated down here at the bottom. You do get to customize your character. There are a number of things that you can customize. I feel like Uncle Grumpy is the character for me, although I kind of want to change his hair around a little bit. Just give him, I don't know if I like the undercut. There we go. I was going to say, man, too many undercuts flying around nowadays, man. What's up with all the undercuts? I'm not into the undercut, man. Can't do it to myself. Just can't do it to myself. We'll just go ahead and mash our, oh, there's voices. I'll probably just go with this one right here. It sounds like the one that I want. I gotta name my character now. All right, let's. As far as names go, I think we just keep it exactly where it's at. Uncle Grumpy, man, ready to rampage, ready to annihilate the RPG landscape with the power of his old man pecs. Am I inside of a big ass jar right now? Did I just land inside of a Mork and Mindy pod? I think I did, dude. That's pretty sweet, man. That means I'm the Robin Williams of this universe. There's a whole lot of worse people you could be than Robin Williams. All right. So it looks like other people have been awakening inside of their pods. They said that this game is multiplayer for up to like 16 of you and your friends if you wanted to play like co-op together. So it's possible that I may be walking into an RPG world that's about to absolutely beat the brakes off of me because it assumes that I'm going to have like 20 people backing me up. Commune with the flame. Sure. What's a little fire worship in between friends? You've slumbered for too long, Flameborn. The realm of Embervale is fallen, consumed by the shroud. Funny how that happens. You'd think somebody set an alarm. Now the enduring flame calls for you. Find a place in the ruined world and construct a flame altar to create shelter from the dark. You ever get that feeling like I've used the same alarm sound for like the last probably like 15 years, like on my phone? Oh, it's purty out here. I've used the same alarm sound for like 15 years on my phone, and now when I hear it, it just drives me directly into a rage. Like I want to throw my phone at the wall like as hard as I possibly can when I hear it. I think I should probably change it out, but at this point, I just want to see how close to the realm of insanity it can drive me when I hear that noise. Honestly, I don't even need an alarm most days. I just kind of like get up on my own around 6 or 7. I just started like waking up around that time one day, and it just never stopped. What are these, bandages? That's a big bandage. What's inside of here? Is there like a weapon? A torch? Okay, I'll take a torch. Attack animation feels okay. It doesn't quite have enough elbow flick in it, but it does at least feel like it has like that centrifugal force to it. There was a spooky cave past the chest over here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at... Oh, apparently I light things on fire. But not in like the haha 9th grade, like get yourself suspended from school kind of way. Okay, I am the flame bringer. I am a prophesied hero that came to randomly and indiscriminately light things on fire. So it looks like once we get deeper down into the cave, there's this thing called Enshrouded. The land has been taken over by like a mist. And we can only be inside that mist for very short amounts of time. And so we've got about 5 minutes to play around with down in the belly of this cave to see if we can get ourselves out of here. Do I have like a dodge? Okay, it's on the control key. I was trying to find it. Like I knew it was probably going to be here somewhere. What did he drop? He dropped shroud spores and a rusty short sword. I'll fiddle with weapons in just a minute, but so far graphical fidelity appears to be pretty good, actually. It's not an ugly-looking game. I'm going to dodge past this guy and just kind of wail into him. You guys got anything else around here? Shroud spores, okay. Torn cloth, that's good. We might actually be able to make some kind of clothing so that I'm not walking around with my boobies in the breeze right now. Seems like it's gonna, dude, I'm from like the Bay Area, all right? The thing up there, here's surviving in the Bay Area is like, so you keep a jacket in your trunk. You have a jacket and a windbreaker, and you keep them in your trunk at all times because you never know what's going to happen to the weather here. It could be like 100 degrees, and then after the sun goes down, it could be like 43 degrees. You never know what's going to happen, so you just kind of keep that around. And I like being kind of covered up, all right? If you fall, you will rise at a beacon. Good to know. Good to know. Let's continue cruising. Wait, hold on. There's like a flag over here. I also have a sword. Sweet, dude. Let's use that. It does look like we're dealing with durability, so this is going to be one of those games where we either have to, like, repair stuff or we have to loot new stuff or craft new stuff whenever the durability goes down to 0. I've always been more of a fan of survival games that give you infinite durability on items and they just make them like a bigger pain in the ass to craft. That way, you know, the joy of the journey. It takes a little, oh, I can't, but look at that sweet glass right there, dude. I wanted to loot it. Ooh, torn cloth is good, though. What is that right there? Some stringies? All right, we got some stringies. Ooh, there's a scary lower area. Okay, well, maybe not that. Can I break this stuff? Oh, look at that. It does. It takes damage, and you can break it. Oh, I just learned things, dude. They have breakable stuff. Okay, that's good to know, man. That's actually, like, a really solid piece of information to know, that, like, you can break environmental objects. Let's go back up to the top real quick. It seemed like there was another little room over here that, like, I hadn't had a chance to, like, plumb my way through. That's all breakable. Okay. That is degrading the durability of my rusty short sword, though. So we probably want to hold off on whacking too much. You can't be whacking it out here in the ruins, all right? It's just not considered approved. I don't see anything too wildly threatening down here, but there is a book, and apparently I've been blessed with the power of literacy. Finally, a break from the tedious work. My bones are sore, but the warmth of a fire and shelter and sleep allow me to become well-rested. Okay, so they're just letting me know that, like, campfires can be interacted with somehow. Looks like there's some meat over here, grilled red mushrooms. So we can sit down next to a campfire. And then I guess we put things in our hotbar, and then they just kind of work. Oh yeah, looky there, dude. Honestly, my favorite cooking minigame in any video game ever. By like a long, long margin. I don't know what it is about that little Monster Hunter song that makes me so happy, but it's been around. I've been playing Monster Hunter since the first Monster Hunter game came out on PlayStation 2. You may not believe that, but me and my roommate, I think, were like 19 years old when the first game came out, right after we got out of high school. And man, we pulled so many drunken all-nighters, just like downing Pacificos and like playing Monster Hunter, going back and forth, like passing the controller basically. We both had characters that we'd swap between, and we just like sit there and sorcelled watching the other play like we were so addicted, man. I thought that was one of those fly-by-night cult hits that would never get a follow-up, and then it turned into, like, a major being in the AAA zeitgeist. You love to see it, man. I think Monster Hunter's still great. I didn't buy the last one because it seemed like there was a lot of DLCs and stuff that you had to, like, get, and I was like, this monetization scheme seems like a bit much to me. I would like to pay money for the game and just get the game, please, and then, like, let me, like, earn all the other stuff. Claim a spot for my base. Well, it seems to be really invested in me going over here in order to do that, so I'm going to do it. So in order to place a base, it looks like we need to go into the crafting menu, and we need to make a flame altar. That's going to require us to have 5 rocks. Let me see if I could track down some rocks. So initially, it looks like we're going to be kind of doing the early, like, Conan Exiles thing, where we are able... Oh, I can make that right now? Yeah, make me a shirt. Why not, dude? Having a shirt seems okay to me. Do I have, like, an equipment menu or anything? Oh, you just equip it like so. Ah, there we go. Okay, now Uncle Grumpy's got himself a shirt. But I think our next task is going to be that oh-so-standard equation of getting ourselves an axe and a pickaxe. So we're going to want to pick off some twigs here. There's also some berries on this side, so I guess it's kind of like a twig and berry situation. So far, while walking through these areas, I am pleased with the performance. The game seems to have a pretty solid graphical tile set. Like, the game looks good, and it's running silky smooth right now. I haven't had a single hitch this entire time. I mean, I know I'm just gathering sticks or whatever. There's not a lot of, like, animation or, like, AI or anything else being processed at the moment. Oh, yeah, there's beehives everywhere. One time I saw a beehive that was, like, the size of a Volkswagen on the side of, like, a big, like, oak tree, basically. Like, I went out into the country to visit a buddy of mine. He's like, you want to see something cool? And, like, when your buddy is out and when your buddy and you are out in the woods and he asks if you want to see something cool, there's a 50% shot that he's going to hang brain and then laugh about it, or he might actually show you something cool. So it's kind of a win-win in either direction. But, like, I was like, yeah, dude, show me the thing that's cool. And so we go on, like, this hike out into the woods, and you hear, like, this thrum, dude. Like, I've heard people use the word thrum before, but I'd never heard what I personally would describe as a thrum. It was a thrum. That's the best way to describe it. You could just hear this low rumble, and, like, there's, like, this Volkswagen-sized, like, car-sized beehive attached to the side of this giant evergreen tree. Oh, what's up, rabbit? I'll take your stuff. Sure. I mean, I didn't kill you, so this is guilt-free. This is just using the whole buffalo. But it was the biggest beehive that I've ever seen, and it produced a sound that is very hard to describe to someone that has never heard the sound of a ludicrously large beehive before. So in that case, pretty good day. Got to see a sweet beehive. My buddy didn't hang brain, so you know. Tree chopping animation is a little concatenated on the back end. But I mean, it functions. It works. I've seen worse ones in asset flips and whatnot, so it's not that big of a deal. A little bit of resin right there. I don't know if this game's going to use the bark or like the tannins or anything for making leather armor or whatever, but so far, actually, this feels pretty good to play. I'm not upset with what I'm seeing. I think there's always that hazardous risk, like when it comes to like survival games are like this weird genre where bad things happen frequently, and so I feel like I'm always like tiptoeing my way in whenever there's a new one to show off, because I don't know what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Like, how bad is this gonna get? But this actually seems to be alright. Seems to be cruising along. So we need to go back to our crafting menu now. I think I have the stuff that I need in order to do the stuff that I want to do, and so we can craft a flame altar, we can craft a builder's hammer, and then from there, we can also craft our own campfire if we wanted to do so. We've actually got like a big crude cudgel right here that we can make as well. And if we find a little bit more string, we can make a shield. I don't know if we need a shield for right now. Let's focus on the base building stuff. But thus far, everything feels pretty smooth, and it feels like it's working out okay. Health potion, hammer over there, health potion right there. Keep the rest of this stuff down at the bottom. Oh, you can hit tilde to swap your action bar. That's nice. Okay, so we can put down our flame altar. Let's do it right there. Commune with the flame. You are not alone. There are other survivors drowsing in ancient vaults. Find them so they may aid in your journey. Go gently. The one beckons nearby, just outside of the shroud's grasp. Okay. So it looks like we've got the ability to extend the flame, and we can strengthen it to give us more buffs and benefits. What can I do with building here? So it looks like it does have a full-on building system, and in fact, it's got lots of different little trusses and things you can play around with too. It also looks like they've got alternate shapes. Well, it looks like it swaps into nothing for right now, but I'm guessing as we get more workbenches and stuff, it's going to flesh out. We've got our first placeable object right here, which is a crafting workbench. I don't know exactly where I want to put it, but I guess I'll just kind of squirrel it away off to the side over here. And it looks like we do have repair capabilities too, which is good. We've got manual crafting, and then over here if I wanted to like repair stuff. Looks like I can salvage, so I can break things down. It said, you know, repair and build, but here at the workbench, it looks like we can make wooden blocks. It looks like we can make stone blocks, depending on what kind of building you want to build. Let's go ahead and do it. I like how it builds in batches of 100. That's really, really nice. That actually makes crafting kind of... I don't know, dude. Does anybody really enjoy farming materials for an entire day before you can build a base? You know what I mean? Like... That's maybe it's just me because I'm in content creation and I've got to like slam out a view of a game quickly. But I'm not quite so convinced. Oh, it costs you 28 to put these down. Gotcha. Fair. That's a really, really odd number. I wonder why it costs 28. Snapping feels pretty good. This all feels like it's functioning exactly the way that it's supposed to for a game of this type. And in fact, the clumping of the tiles, I don't know if you noticed that, these are not individual floorboards that are just like clipping into one another and have like a very precise boundary. These are actually clumping, which is two different techniques. So when you have two blocks side by side, they combine and then they share a texture over the top that kind of like smushes it all together. Good stuff. Building system seems to work great. I've got the whole place whittled apart and we're kind of like putting things up right now and making it look good. Everything snaps exactly the way you expect it to snap. Control issues don't seem to be a problem here, which is fantastic. A lot of times base building can be a little bit wonky. I don't know if you played Sunken Land, and if you try to like, Sunken Land is dope. I like it. For an asset-y mess, it's actually a lot of fun. However, that having been said, the thing with Sunken Land is that placing roofs on buildings is like an unholy nightmare. This game does not seem to share that misery, which I'm very thankful for. I don't know how I put like a roof on this thing. It looks like I can use the curve to make gabling or something like that. But either way, we played around with the building system. The building system is perfectly fine. Now let's mess around with the adventuring system, because that's what I want to do. I usually, when I play games like this, I spend almost no time building my base a lot of the time. I like mash out exactly like the 5x5 that I need in order to make the tutorial happy. And then I just descend into the world of adventuring. The sun has come up. It does look like that entire valley down there is enshrouded, which means that we can only be down there for like 5 minutes at a time before things start to go really wrong. Are those wolves over there? What are those right there? There's like something on the hillside over here, and I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, rabbits. Okay, that's fine. I love the way that it automatically lights all the light sources while you're running around because, like, you're the flame bringer. Like, I keep seeing it throw little motes in various directions, and then when I look, all the lanterns have been lit up and whatnot, so there's an arrow right there. Okay. The raiders have besieged us for 2 days, attacking from the bridge. Their eyes, such madness. We have withheld so far, but only just. We may not survive the next assault. I've ordered to rig the past with our last munitions. If those scavengers return, we are repaired. That implies we might be able to get guns or something. I wonder what the overall time period / setting of this game is. I think that's a fairly valid question, actually. I really, really like kind of blunderbusses and like flintlocks and things like that. And so if it ends up being that kind of game where I can get myself like a musket or something, that'd be pretty sick, dude. The Braylin Bridge. I like how it's got a little pop-up where these places are actually like iconic, I guess. Can I break that body right there to get anything? I was going to say maybe he'll drop some loot or something. Is this area enshrouded? You can't proceed without a grappling hook. Seek a path through the shroud instead. Oh, no. Well, I mean, look at those holes are big enough to fit through, man. You could just go through the holes. You just got to get on your belly and crawl a little bit. Like, I don't crawl. I'm the hero of the story. All right, well, down into the shroud we go. Hopefully this doesn't end up too terrible. Stay on the path lest the shroud's kin take you. Salvation lies straight ahead. Are you sure? You positive about that? Doesn't look super great down here. Seems a little foggy and murky. Oh, there's a big guy right there. Let's fight him. Let's fight him. This dude doesn't want the smoke. He doesn't want it. Yeah, take that right there. Weakness. Oh, we leveled up too. Good. We're going to be able to see what the actual progression system looks like fairly shortly too. Anything good inside of here that I actually... What is that thing? Is it bad for me? I don't know, man. I killed it anyways. It looked like one of them was inside of it. Shroud spores and some cloth. Okay, big skull over here. The hourglass capsule replenishes your remaining time in the shroud. It is consumed upon use, and you cannot stash it in your inventory. Okay, I'll save it for a second. I don't think we need to use it just yet. What you got in here? Some flint arrows and a mana potion. Oh, there's going to be magic, too. Okay. Looks like we got shroud liquid, so we can make a staff. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to sleep in the shroud. That feels like maybe it's a bad idea. Like, it's going to... It feels like that's going to come home to roost in unpredictable ways. Like, I'm going to get some kind of weird rash, kind of like in my weenus region. And then, like, 4 or 5 days later, I'm going to have to go on a quest to find some kind of plant that you rub on your weenus in order to, like, fix weenus-related problems. And like for right now, you know, I am unencumbered by ween related issues, And so I'd like to keep it that way. Let's see if we can get through the shroud over here. I want to see if this is kind of like this game's version of like Thralls from Conan Exiles, where like you find these other guys. If you're playing by yourself, it would be interesting if they had NPCs that served as kind of like companions if you don't have friends that game anymore. I don't really have friends that game anymore. All my friends are busy with like, you know, kids and, you know, middle stage career, all that kind of stuff. So nobody games anymore. And so with games like this, that if they end up heavily relying upon me having like a built team in order to function, it's just not going to happen. Like, I think I've gamed with a buddy twice in the last, like, year and a half because people are busy, man. They got, like, 11-year-olds. They got to go to soccer practice and stuff. What's this? We got a health potion, wooden arrows, obviously defiling dead bodies because that's how I live my life. I'm a G like that. A really long message, but I do appreciate the fact that they've got like little bits and scraps of lore all over the place. Sleeping Survivor is supposedly over here. My weapon's about to break, which kind of sucks. I don't feel like I whooped that much stuff while I was out and about, but apparently a rusty sword does not have the greatest of durability. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, my man's got like a giant machine gun cannon thing. How about this? I'm just going to keep hitting you until you die because you shot me with a weapon. Metal scraps. Oh, that's good. I can make a lockpick? Okay. Oh, yeah, progression. What did leveling up look like? So, character. We have a skill tree, actually. Okay, cool, man. Is this mostly going to be like passive stuff? No, it looks like there's active attacks in there. But it also looks like there's a number of passives. So basically you've got kind of like your Path of Exile style MVP nodes. Like the ones actually do something or like change something. And then you've got like what I call just kind of like the feeder nodes where you just like fill them in to get to the actual main nodes that you want to be a part of. I don't know. Oh, that's what they meant is I could climb up on that previous part, but there was a gap. Okay, I didn't see the gap in the bridge. I thought it was contiguous and I just needed a grappling hook to go up like that little ridge or whatever they had going on. Well, I mean, we're getting stuff right now, so that's good. I don't know if it's added anything new to our crafting menu that I can play around with. It looks like the answer to that is going to be no. I can't craft a club. I think it's a good idea. Craft a shield. A simple magical staff made from calcified bone. Yeah, do that. I want that too. I'm going to use that as kind of like a poor man's ranged weapon. So we'll take some of these things. There we go. Oh, I don't have any ammo. Okay. So I've got to find spell charges first. Fine. Big, giant caveman whooping baseball bat it is. Honestly, I'm not crazy sure where, like, our hunger meter or anything else is at right now. I don't think we actually have one. I'm guessing maybe food is just for, like, healing yourself. It's got, like, a little potion with, like, a cross next to it. So I'm guessing they're just healing items in this game. There's not actually like a hunger or thirst meter. Bushes can conceal you. Oh, I didn't even realize there was a sneaky mode. I don't care about sneaky mode because I'm a G. We fight everybody out here. I don't care about none of that. Oh, perfect. Parried, son. You like the way that feels, huh? Yeah, how you like me now? Perfect parry window, probably a little bit generous. They're going to want to tighten that up unless I'm misreading what I'm doing to the enemy and I'm hitting with some kind of bash, I guess. But it feels like the parry window is maybe a little too generous. They're going to want to get that a lot tighter. What's this over here? Weapons? Metal scraps and a stone. Okay, I can take that. Metal scraps. Hey, metal scraps means metal weapons, so I'm okay with it. Not worried about the note right now. We'll worry about that later. What's up, Broham? Okay, that one didn't work. That time I got starched. It may actually be like if you try to parry early, like right as they pull back, you get kind of like a bash, I guess. It may not be a perfect parry that I'm looking at right there. It's kind of hard to say. All right, let's go up this way, and let's see what's up with this mechanic before we kind of call it for the day. So the ancient vault of the blacksmith. Oh, they're going to have, like, different little jobs? That's kind of sick. Oh, yeah, dude. I need to, like, heal. There we go. So now that I'm, like, regenerating, I do like that the game gives me 2 hotbars to play around with. Hurry up, bro. There we go. I was just going to slugfest with him because I don't like this kind of disrespect, but I guess that's the way life goes. He's got metal on him, too. We're going to be able to, like, turn that into blacksmithing stuff. I can tell already. So this guy in here, inside the vault, is a blacksmith. And so I think these guys are going to be little supplementary dudes that maybe bring knowledge and allow us to expand our crafting tree, possibly. Let's get him out of this little crate over here. Awaken. Oswald Anders the blacksmith. He's apparently unsheltered. But he's cool looking, man. He looks way cooler than I do. Maybe we can be Uncle Grumpy's together. Like, he looks old and cranky just like I look old and cranky. He's unsheltered right now. So it looks like you need to build houses for people. But yeah, we are unlocking a bunch of new things that we have the capability now of crafting. And so, like, the summoning, we can summon rescue survivors into your bases around a flame altar. So there it is. We can summon him back. And then from there, he'll probably add more stuff on it. What does that say? When you need to rest, you can fast travel home. Oh, nice. There's fast traveling, dude. Hell yeah. I'm about that life, dude. I love fast travel. Fast travel's great. I hate transit time, dude. Transit time, sorry, dude. I'm not trying to fly out to Hutton every time I want to go home. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. But yeah, this is Enshrouded. It looks like you get 8 hours with the demo when you sign up for it. The game seems to be pretty good to me. I don't see a whole lot of issues here that are jumping out at me as being major problems. So go check out the demo. What do you have to lose? Be a part of the game's development. Go give some feedback. Go let them know what you want to see, what you don't want to see from this title. Get involved, I suppose. You've got 8 hours to play around with it. Normally, I despise demos that have a timer on them, but 8 hours is pretty generous, so... What's up, bro? Oi, indeed. Oi, indeed. So crafting your first gear, weak and puny. Call you flameboard and you need a weapon. Crafting a scrappy sword or a spiked club is going to serve us well. All right, let us do that thing. And yeah, there you go. So now we've got like a rising fighter set right here. We've got a fur armor set that we can play around with. Okay, I can see the hook. I definitely want to play more. This is Enshrouded. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today we were looking at a open world survival crafting RPG called Enshrouded, which is currently an 8-hour demo that you can play around with during the Steam Next Fest, but they put it out early. You can go play it right now. You just download it off their page. It's on the site. It's not in the normal spot. I will catch you all later, and that's all I got. Bye, folks.